Hi everybody! Today I have a really nice family. They are my friends, my clients, and now my business partner. And I'm really happy to be with you guys and explain how the real estate investor in the real life works. Okay? So please tell me about yourself.
Okay, so I'm Janet. I'm from Peru. I've been here in Canada since 2003. We have two children, and you can introduce yourself.
Oh well, thank you. My name is Carlos. Yeah, we as Janet mentioned, we immigrated here in 2003 with two small children. So, and I believe that that's pretty much the story of a lot of people here, right? That they immigrate with their kids to kind of found a better future for them.
I know then, I think at this moment I fill out taxes with a suitcase. It goes to your place, and I was working in your house, I think 2007 or 8, something like that. And I become in mortgage broker and real estate. So 2013, in the beginning of the year, when I working in your income tax, I say, why you don't become an investor, a real estate investor? So this year, you said that you don't have money, and I said, yeah, you have money, but in your house. And we took money from your house, but you took this decision at this point. Why?
Well, I think numbers spoke by themselves. When you were doing our taxes and you were talking about investments and how our house was our best investment, and I like, okay, and you were like, yeah, remember how much you pay when you bought the house and how much it is now. So you can see how much you gained during all these years. So why don't you do the same, buying another house, but as investment? And I remember Carlos was immediately like, wow, that sounds like a great idea. And I'm like, no, just wait, you cannot make the decision right now. Like we need to think about it, talk about it. And it took us a while to really, and it was this, I don't know, I feel that it was a big decision, and I was worried and what will happen if something goes wrong. But the more we were talking about it, the more sense it makes to make the investment with this.
Yeah. So was the beginning of 2013. So technically you took time, and then you took money from your house, and almost in something like September, October, you got the first property. And you're feeling about that because I remember what happened with you, but the first house in 2013 is a townhouse, $254,000. At this time was a lot of money. So now this house is over 600, but at this time was difficult as well. So people believe that now is so hard, but I just go back to this kind of time and it was difficult. So what happened?
And you just said something that is actually is true. It's always a lot of money. So it doesn't matter when it happens. It's always a lot of money. And I remember even before 2013, you actually recommended, oh, why you don't buy an investment? It was 2012, and I remember I told you, say, no, but that's gonna be complicated, and pay 2 mortgages, and because at that time we didn't understood that at the end you're not paying the second mortgage, right? It's the tenant who's gonna be paying the second mortgage. So yeah, 2013. You pretty much put all together for us, and I really appreciate that time, because I remember we have 1001 questions, and you were there to answer all the questions, even though kind of makes sense, you still, I mean, it's always gonna be a lot of money, always. So And yeah, I remember when we received, we couldn't even see the house after we bought it.
Funny thing is, the first rental, but you didn't see the property because technically I found the tenants.
Yeah.
And the day that you got the keys, we transferred to the tenants.
Yes.
And after like 2 years, finally your children had the opportunity to see the property because before was the tenant there.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true. We just were there for the inspection, and that's it, right? So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was still, it felt unreal. I remember that feeling. That is, okay, I'm signing this, and you're still like kind of second guessing yourself, like, is this the right thing to do? And then suddenly, boom, we have a tenant. So we're already investors.
Yeah.
So and then it's like it's sinking in, but after a little while, and then you see the numbers and you see how great it was, and then we got the second
So
one.
wait, because now everybody I think, okay, they got one rental and they have their own house and that's it. No. 2016 was the second property. So maybe people ask, what happened? Where is the money? Okay, they took money for their resident.
Yes.
and buy the second rental property. At this time was 276 or something like that. Was a private deal that we got, and the same tenant right away.
Yes, the other way. Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you feel the same, like a scary kind or?
I felt better, but it was always like, maybe I was just lucky with the first one, right?
Yeah.
Is it gonna be harder to find a tenant for the second one? Are we gonna find the right tenant? So you're still thinking, okay, I'm not sure if this is gonna be a good idea to continue doing that. Maybe we should stay just with one, but then we got the second one, everything went well, and then suddenly Carlos was like, oh, let's continue doing this, and I'm like, no, let's stop. But it was actually like great. It was like, numbers don't lie, so it was a great investment.
It was a great investment, and definitely, I mean, I believe that it's natural that you start second guessing, especially with this kind of investments, right? As Janet mentioned, what happened if, right, that tenant, I don't know, it's not a good tenant.
You're always thinking about the bad situation of
Exactly.
the business,
So you don't.
not the good thing.
The thing is that you don't at that moment you are just more focused on what happened, because every time that you buy a house is there is some stress around, right? Just before buy it, when you are buying, after buying, right? So making sure that all your finances are in order, or just closing the deal, or checking this and that, and after you got the house, it's just found a tenant, right?
Okay, yeah, but funny thing is, a year later, you got the number 3, the townhouse. Again, private deal, we got the property, and now you have more experience, and people are thinking about maybe, but how many furnaces and ACs you had to replace it, but everything goes well, like generally speaking, you manage everything really good.
Yes, that's true. I mean, true. You have to look after more than one house. Right, so as you mentioned, the furnace, the AC, and we already replaced a couple of ACs.
And the house gives you the money to do that.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, because you took money from the first rental. When you got the number 3, I remember.
Yes.
You get money from the first rental.
Yes.
Because the property increased the value, the debt with the bank decreased, so you have more equity. You took money.
Yes.
But what happened the year after 2019? You got another property. It's a small a small house in Hawaii. 2019 and was 330 or something like that. Okay, this is a condo. Was different product that you got.
It was a stud townhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one. I mean, for the third one, I remember that we just go to visit the house. Check it, we like it. Actually, was in the parking plot when we send the papers.
Yeah.
You say, oh, so do you like it? Yes. Do you want it? Yes. Okay. And
Yeah.
it was just like that.
And a few weeks ago, we sold a property in the neighborhood and was 560. So the valuation of the property is really good.
Yeah.
It
And
is.
I feel that with that one, that's when, for me at least, it really sank in how great business this is. Because for this property, we didn't even use our money. It was the money for the first investment, for the
Yes.
first house. So I think that's when you see, wow, so these have like lots of potential, really.
Yeah.
And there is always stress, okay? But something that I would like to mention here is that it is very important the people that is working with you in these kind of investments, right? So in that sense, you are professionally you are great because you are not just taking care of found the property. You're caring that you know it's going to be it's in a good location. It's going to actually it has a lot of potential. With Daniel, he's always looking after you.
And we're talking about Daniel and David Pacheco from
Yes,
Exactly.
exactly. They are amazing. They are actually trying to face the best deal for you. So it is important. You were always joking around. I remember the very first time that because you're gonna have a pool of professionals working for you. It is true.
Yeah.
It is true, and that helps also with this kind of decisions. I mean.
But at this time, you're talking about that professional. But at this point, you have 4 properties, and you open a company because you are doing really well, manage your houses, and I use your company to my investor to help me to have a tenant. So you are a professional landlord working with a company that you build in the family.
Yeah, that's true. So at the end is you learn, right? I mean, as you mentioned, we're doing this since 2013. Although I learned in that year pretty much. I started doing this in 2014, and I mean there are some experience that you start gaining with this kind of. Sometimes you learn you learn the hard way, but I mean. We try to, for the people that actually is using our services, we look for a tenant like we are looking for one of our properties, right? 2020, I mean, it was terrible, that the situation that we are going through, everybody, but we were lucky. None of our tenants actually stopped paying, right?
Yeah.
So I know that there is a lot of mechanisms that the bank is actually trying to help landlords, but we were lucky we didn't have to use any of those.
Yeah.
But I mean, what I'm saying is that we try to look for tenants that are gonna be responsible and look after the property.
Together with all the investors, I think we had like over 250 houses. We join all the property that we have, but everybody paid on time. Like, it was really good. We are so lucky to be there. But wait, 2019, when I fill out your taxes again and I show you that you are going to pay more money because your houses give you more money, you take another decision and you got another 2 houses that closed just in 2020. So now we're talking about 6 property. Okay?
Yes,
so now we had another totally different products. And you get 2 houses, joint venture with one of your son.
Yes.
And get 2.
What I want to say is that thanks to you, we feel better about these investments because you walk us through all the time with all the questions that we have and like showing us numbers. Like every time we have another question, we will just calling you, texting you, emailing you. So, and that makes it better for us to understand these investments, this product, also real estate.
Yeah.
So now
Investment.
2021, a few weeks ago, my son posted some videos about joint venture that I was doing with him. So now we bought a property that will close in 2022. So we're talking about your 7 investment properties plus your house. Why? Like now people believe maybe, oh, okay, this is too much stress or something. Do you believe that was a good decision? Because now this is, I always say that our properties, our rental properties are the best way to have a pension plan. And I think at this point you have clear view of your pension. What is the advice that you can provide to the people that want to start today? Because when you start, you say, I don't have house, I don't have money. And when I explain, okay, in your house you have money, and you start doing. Now it's different, but it's the same like idea.
So I think the first thing that you need to do is surrender yourself with professionals that can help you all the way. And Eduardo, you and everybody that is working with you, like Daniel and David Pacheco, we are lucky to have you and that you guys share all your knowledge. It's not that is if you find another realtor or another person that is just in there for just their business, but you are also taking care that everybody understands what is the benefits or doing this, and also when you are ready to do it, because you might want to do it but maybe you're not ready, but maybe you can help them and you help us too to get ready and be there, because you might buy a property now, but you're not ready to buy the second one, not yet. But you can tell them, okay, you just need to be doing this, save this, make sure that you're not, have this money and go crazy and just buy a brand new car or things like that. So you give us all the advice and we take all that.
But you were listening and you are listening all the time, and this is not easy. Like when you try, and poor David and Daniel Pacheco also in CIBC, Richard Castillo or Sebastian, it's so hard because banks every time is more difficult work because you have more rental properties. But you have to, it's not sacrifice yourself, it's basically adjust to the situation that you have if you want to keep going with this deal.
That's true. You have to besides that, there is always something new. This is changing. Everything evolves. It reach a point which you cannot just use a regular bank, right? So and you have to be actually prepared to actually make the investment, thinking that you're gonna be spending a little bit more of money. But at the end, you may have some negative cash flow at the beginning, but in the long run, is an investment that is going to give you a
So I think
positive.
the first thing that you need to do is look at the bigger picture.
Yes.
So you might think, oh, I'm not making any money because all the money the tenant is paying is going to the mortgage, and maybe I can even have to put some money. But look at your property when you bought it, and what it is today. So yes, you have all the money. So maybe it's not cash flow, but it's there, and eventually you will have that cash flow. So you're looking into investment into the future, and you have to be aware also that what are your goals. So you need to try to work towards those, right?
Yeah, and you have to mix everything, because at one point the investments are so amazing, and you have to mix with the family time and all this stuff. Always I explain, and in previous videos we said something about wealth management is not just for the money, it's for the family and your time. So now you can play different roles in your life, because now the financial situation is much better than when we arrive here. Like, we are immigrants and we don't bring boxes with money. No, we have to work really hard, and the best way to produce or to build wealth is through real estate. And also understand that the houses, we are owner of a portion of the house. Banks help us to buy the houses.
Correct.
And the banks are our best friends when we create more wealth. But they are not our friends when they give you money to buy a car. And this is always we say the same. This is a huge percent of the mistake that many people do it, because buy a car for 50, 60K is a lot of money.
Yeah.
And it's funny because you start learning, right? And sometimes when you are in the office, when you used to be in the office, sometimes you hear that the young people say, "Oh, yeah, I'm gonna be buying this car. I am looking at this one." I said, and sometimes I say, "Hey, but maybe you can, buy something." When they ask me, right? Because some of them they know that I do some investment, and I say, well, my recommendation is buy. If you need a car, buy something, not new, semi-new, and you can start saving money for and buy your first house.
The property give you money to do whatever that you want, but the car didn't give you the money to do this kind of stuff. So I thank you very much, because I know that many people talking about this real estate stuff look like really far away, like this is no normal families, and no, you did it. We did together. Also, the last deal is a joint venture. It's possible. Buy more properties if you working with the right people. Our team is not Eduardo Amaya, that's it. I had Humberto Gomez, my son Eduardo Jr., the amazing guys in the side of the mortgage, David, Daniel Pacheco. Also, we use friends that we had in other banks like Richard and Sebastian in CIBC. So it's working together. Also, our lawyer Victor, we had Aida. So it's a huge team working together.
Exactly.
That allows us to have the right decision. I believe that in this kind of business, and remember in 2013 you were thinking this is good. You have to think it, you have to have the right information in order to take the right decision.
Exactly.
And you did at this time, and I think you are happy at this moment, because I remember your nightmares in 2013, the first property. Oh my gosh, I couldn't sleep, and look at now.
Yeah. Well, that's thanks to you to answer all our questions and be there beside us when we're taking the baby steps, and now, I think now we're running.
Okay, and now again you have the company that provides incredible service, because we use a lot to get the right tenants and do everything. So now you want a professional guys working in your house to find the tenants. You can contact Carlos and Janet. We are going to have all the information in the end of this video. And again, thank you very much. And I hope you like everything that you hear today. We are going to have another video soon with another investor like you with several houses. Also, we are going to play a little bit in Spanish as well for our Spanish community. Thank you very much for join us our channel and growing every wealth of our families, because we can grow together. This is the general idea for our families and the new generation that are growing here in Canada. Okay guys, thank you very much.
Thank you.